Today we have many types of data that takes different types of forms. One source of data that is available to us is Twitter. This social medium aligns with many of the concepts we learned in this class. The final project asked us to use two data science concepts we learned and apply them in action. With Twitter as a foundation, we use the concepts of APIs and data cleansing, among many others. With Twitter, we wanted to analyze the results of an election. We want to check in on a competitive race, and we found one right here in New York City. The New York 11 House of Representatives race between the Republican incumbent Dan Donovan and the challenger Democrat Max Rose was won. The race was won by Rose for the Democrats for the first time in 30 years. We plan on getting data from November 6th, the day before the election, all the way to November 11th. And in the project, we would have to fetch, clean, and tokenize the data along with gleaning insights from the results. Here's Bianca to take you through the first step of the process, the API.
Hi, this is Bianca. I will speak a little bit about our work in connected to the Premium API of Twitter. Our first challenge in doing this project was to use R to authenticate to the Premium API. Twitter launched this Premium API in November 2017, and it is relatively new to the community. So much of the examples and documentation we found show how to use the package rtweet and Twitter to authenticate to the basic search API. But this basic search API only gives access to tweets from the past 7 days. The free version of the premium API gives access to tweets from the previous 30 days, and that's what we needed for our project. After intense search, we found one single instance on how to create a handshake between R and the premium API, and that is the code that you see right here. Because we only have access to tweets from the previous 30 days, and the API also limits how many responses we can get in a month, we needed to create a function that would save the responses from the API into CSV files and also deal with the pagination of responses from the API.
Hi, this is Alina. I'm going to talk about tweets cleaning and sentiment analysis. So first, in order to make our analysis meaningful, we had to remove all irrelevant data. So things like white spaces, emojis, stop words. So here's the code that does that. And then after we completed that, we were able to create word cloud. So here you can see the frequency of the words that were used most often. And just by visually inspecting this, you can see that the words appear to be positive, congratulations, proud, good. But to be more specific, we did sentiment analysis to check the frequency of positive and negative words. So we used a Bing dataset that's part of the Tidy Text package, and we linked the words in our dataset with that dataset, and that's how we were able to perform sentiment analysis to create two graphs of negative and positive results. So here you can see the quantities of negative word on the left, and you can see the quantities of positive words on the right. And just by visually looking at this, you can see that the positive results appear to be, overwhelmingly higher than negative. And just to kind of examine this a bit closer, we actually broke down our data by timing. So we performed the same analysis for kind of early tweets, medium tweets, and late tweets to see if that made any difference. You can see here that in the medium tweets, the positive numbers are still overwhelmingly higher than negative. And so they still appear to be higher in early and late. The medium tweets, that's pretty much the data right after the election. This is the result that we saw. That's about it. I'm going to hand this off to Bianca.
In addition to the sentiment analysis, we decided to use topic modeling with LDA. The LDA algorithm looks for underlying topic among all the documents or tweets and group words from the tweets according to topic. We applied the algorithm for different number of topics. We tried 2, 3, 4, and 8 topics, but since they all have similar terms, for the purpose of better display, we decided to use actually 4 topics in this project. So here are some of the words grouped under each topic, and here are the graphs that display the top 10 words for each topic. The words congratulations and proud appear in 3 out of 4 of the topic, but no negative word appear in any of the topic. The last analysis we did was using term frequency and inverse document frequency, TF-IDF. In this algorithm, words are scored according to how important they are for the whole corpus. The closer the TF-IDF is to 0, it indicates that the word is extremely common among all the tweets, therefore should not be considered important to the corpus. This table showed the words with top 10 TF-IDF scores. Note that some of them are results of concatenation of two words, therefore they are extremely uncommon among all the tweets. Nevertheless, none of them show any negative sentiment.
In conclusion, we certainly reached a consensus about the overall sentiment of the election, and it was positive. In the LDA analysis, we confirmed that the top positive words were congratulations and proud, and the negative words were not amongst the top words. In the TF-IDF analysis, we also saw that the important words for the corpus were positive. As you can see, a lot went into the project. However, with the help of hindsight, we can see that there are some other things we could have done with Twitter and sentiment analysis. However, in regards to this election and elections like this, it's important to note that the universe captured with the quote-unquote Twitterverse may or may not overlap with the electorate in different voting cycles or different locations. Twitter skews younger while midterm elections tend to skew older. However, all this being said, we can say that we found out a lot of pertinent information about this contest and that this was a success.